hiding. Dogs that used to be cheerful and social suddenly begin crawling under beds, refusing to come out once the sun goes down. We've been told they're just frightened of storms, or maybe they're seeking comfort, but that's not the reason. They're afraid of something you can't perceive, something that doesn't use doors. It descends from above. If you've heard faint noises on the ceiling right at 3 a.m., and your dog slips quietly under the bed frame without a sound, then I'm sorry, but it may have already taken notice of you. Whatever it is, it doesn't focus on dogs. It searches for people, exposed ones, especially those sleeping alone in bed. Keep listening. There's still a little time, but not much. At first, it seems like nothing. You think it's just warmth, or maybe nerves. Your dog starts crawling under the bed every night, even if it never did that before. You try calling it back, it won't move. Its eyes stay fixed upward, like something's shifting above the ceiling. People say dogs are afraid of the dark, but that's not true. They don't fear the dark, they fear what stares through it. They fear the soft tapping that comes from above your head at 2:41 a.m. The part of your ceiling that creaks even when you're perfectly still. Something unfamiliar has entered your space, and your dog noticed it before you did. The first incident was documented in South Hill, Virginia. Joe Root, 32, lived alone with his husky, Baxter. A month ago, Baxter stopped using the couch to sleep. He began sliding under the bed, flat, still, silent, right at dusk. Joe figured it might be the heat wave, but even with the air conditioner blasting, the dog wouldn't leave his hiding spot. His food stayed untouched unless pushed underneath. Then Joe picked up on something else. At night, he'd wake to faint sounds, tiny clicks above the ceiling fan, scratches, like something crawling on all fours. But overhead, he checked the attic. Nothing there. Called pest control. Still no trace. One night, he left a recording. The next morning, the audio contained exactly two things. At 2:39 a.m., a single loud knock. At 2:41, the sound of something dragging across drywall. And after that, a whisper, almost inaudible. Just one word, found. Joe laughed it off, assumed it was static. The next night, he tried dragging Baxter out. The dog growled, low and shaking. Not angry, just warning. Still, Joe carried him to the laundry room and shut the door. He never returned to bed. At 3 a.m., his neighbor heard screaming. When the police showed up, they found the bedroom empty. The bed undisturbed. The ceiling fan turning slowly. No forced entry. Just one thing, Baxter, tucked back under the bed, trembling, eyes locked on the ceiling. The second case was logged in Redwood, California. Angela Martinez, a 28-year-old freelance artist, had just moved into a new apartment with her golden retriever, Daisy. Nice area, clean unit, top floor. Just one strange detail. Daisy wouldn't sleep anywhere except under the bed. Angela thought it was just nerves, new environment, different scents. But each night, Daisy would pull her dog bed further beneath the frame. Angela noticed something else, too. Daisy wouldn't approach the ceiling light. She'd growl quietly and then stare upward. After 3 nights of hearing what she assumed were squirrels in the ceiling, Angela installed a cheap motion cam aimed straight up. She reviewed the footage the next morning. Timestamp, 3:09 a.m. First, stillness, then a flicker, then something long and boneless crawled across the ceiling. Its limbs didn't bend. Its head dragged behind it like it was too heavy, and just before it vanished from view, it paused, turned, and looked straight into the camera, even though it didn't have eyes. Angela left for 2 nights, came back with a new bed, flat, solid, low. Now she sleeps under the bed with Daisy, every single night. The next report came from a man who wouldn't share his name. We traced the call to West Seneca, New York. His voice was unsteady, said his beagle, Max, had never feared anything. Thunder, fireworks, vacuum cleaners, you name it. But last week, something shifted. Max wouldn't step into the center of the room. He would circle it cautiously, then crawl under the bed, whimpering. He didn't sleep, didn't bark, just stared up at the ceiling. The man thought it might be a leak, so one night, he lay on the bed, watching the ceiling. That's when he saw it. The ceiling was moving, just barely, like the drywall was lifting and settling. He said it looked like lungs, massive, slow ones. Then came the knock, from inside the ceiling. Not on it, inside. He backed away. Max started growling, deep and constant, but didn't come out. The man grabbed a flashlight, opened the attic door, and found nothing. Just wires, insulation, and dust. But when he came back down, the bed was gone. Not broken, not shifted, just missing. The carpet was smooth, undisturbed, like the bed had never existed. Max was still beneath the frame, but the frame was gone. Just open space, and a terrified dog floating 3 inches above the floor. The man ended the call with one sentence. Whatever it is, it only shows up when I'm alone. And it's almost time. If your dog has begun sleeping beneath your bed, do not try to pull it out. Do not call for it, and never fall asleep without it close by. Your dog isn't scared of you, it's afraid for you. The thing in your ceiling, the one that drags its limbs without sound, can't detect dogs, but it can feel exposed human flesh. Bare feet, an uncovered shoulder, the back of your neck. It only comes when you're alone. But being alone doesn't always mean being lonely. If your dog leaves the room at night, don't follow it. Don't step into the center of the bedroom. And whatever you do, don't look up. We don't know what it wants. It doesn't speak. It doesn't leave marks. And once you've seen it, you've been chosen. We've logged 73 reports across the U.S., all with the same details. Ceiling activity begins at 2:41 a.m. Dogs hide. People disappear. No sign of break-in. No sound. Just untouched beds and dogs curled up beneath them, shaking. If your ceiling fan starts turning on its own. If your lights flicker around 3:00 a.m. If your dog growls at thin air, it's already here. There's only one chance. Sleep low to the ground. Stay beneath thick blankets. Let your dog stay hidden under the bed, even if it whines. Because the moment your full body